Hi, thanks for joining me. In this RepricerExpress video, we're going to have a look at automations and how you can use them for your FBA and MFN products. An automation basically allows you to control where a product will move from one rule to another based on a criteria or trigger that you set up. In this case, we're going to look at MFN. To get started, you'd go to Repricing, then Automations. Within the Automation section, you can choose to set up an automation based on one of our pre-built templates, or as we're going to do in this example, we're going to create one based from a blank template. The first thing you do when creating an automation is to give it a name and choose the marketplace where it's going to apply. Then it's time to get started and choosing our triggers. The triggers are effectively the guts of your automation. They determine when and what it's going to do. So for this particular automation, we're going to have it apply when a product is MFN. But you can see that there are a large number of other automations available, most of which have other videos based on them. So we choose our automation, MFN, and it's also worth noting you can add additional triggers too. So for example, we could have an additional trigger here based on stock quantity. So we could have one automation moving products to a rule if that is low stock quantity MFN and another for high stock quantity MFN. The next thing is to determine which rules your product is going to move from. Normally this will be all product rules available, but you can choose it so only specific rules can be touched by the automation. Finally, you determine what rule that it gets moved to. I previously made an MFN rule, and that's where I'm going to move our MFN products to. Finally, in the trigger section, we determine what happens when this trigger no longer applies. In other words, if this product is no longer MFN. You can choose to have it move back to the rule it started in, or just leave it in this automation. Once you've decided, you can hit Save to continue. The final section is our timing section. What this allows you to do first and foremost is set up a lock period. A lock period basically is a time period of which other automations are not allowed to touch the product after this automation runs. The next thing is a start and stop date. Both of these options are optional, so you don't need to set them if you don't want to use them. With that all set up, you're given an idea of the number of products that would be affected by this automation, and whenever you're happy, you just hit Set Live Now to get started. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll catch you in the next video.